Roxanne, and welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk to you about thoughts that I've been having recently. Over the years, I've talked to friends of mine about my life, like we all do. And things that I considered ordinary, my friends told me were not ordinary. And recently, I've begun to wonder, what is ordinary? Who gets to decide ordinary? And I've come to the conclusion that you and nobody in the whole world is ordinary. Ordinary is a trap. When you see yourself as ordinary, you don't do the things that allow you to move forward with your life. Ordinary keeps you trapped in a routine. Ordinary keeps you believing that this is normal. There is no normal. Look, every pregnancy doesn't result in a fetus. Every pregnancy isn't successful. Every fetus doesn't become a baby. Just the fact that your parents came together and created you is not ordinary. Even identical twins have the ability to choose different paths of life. Your DNA makes you extraordinary. If you believe yourself to be ordinary, you can never walk into a future. You're trapped in a past that someone else has created or someone else has conceived. I remember when we were children, we said a prayer before eating our meal. And part of that prayer said, "We thank you for the bounty we are about to receive." We thought that that meant the food sitting in front of us on our plates. What if it meant more than that? What if the bounty that we were about to receive was only limited by what we thought? What if the bounty that we were about to receive was a life in abundance of our choosing? If we were talking about a future that had not manifested itself, but that we only had to continue to be grateful for. Grateful living is the key to not being ordinary. We have to be grateful, not just for what we have. We need to be grateful for what we have, but we need to be grateful for the opportunity to receive more, to receive something different. We have to be grateful for what we are about to receive and then be about the process of creating what we want in our future. The future cannot exist if we don't dream it. Because if you don't dream a future, you remain stuck in the past, in what was created previously for you. And we live in that space. Negative things come into our lives. Reacting negatively is a choice. We don't have to. It's not a necessity to react negatively to the negative things, the negative people, the negative prospects that come into our life. We can choose instead to say, that's interesting, and move on. Don't give in to that. You want to change the world? Begin by expressing gratitude and by living a grateful life. We have to teach our children that they're not ordinary, because I remember how cruel children can be to one another. I know how difficult adults can make childhood. I remember there were times when, in her frustration, my mother would say negative things to me, and those things become real for children, because parents are gods to their children. Parents know everything. So if your parent tells you you're nothing, if your parent tells you you're worthless, and then those things, the things that make you extraordinary, the things that make you you, become the things that children on the playground and in the neighborhood use to ridicule you, those things become ingrained as negativity in a child's life. So in order to counteract the negativity that children may find in the world, parents have to tell them they're not ordinary. Parents have to point out to them their unique abilities. Parents have to encourage them to go forward, to try harder, to do more. But parents also have to love them through whatever it is that they're experiencing at this point. I remember walking down the street with a friend of mine, and we had our children with us, and her daughter was probably about 2 years old, and she was lagging behind us as she was walking. And her Ima kept saying, "Come on, baby, come on, baby." And we were walking and talking and thinking about the next thing that we had to do. And suddenly we realized she stopped. And her mother turned around and said, "Come on, baby, let's go." And this child was looking up in the sky. And when we walked back to her, she asked her mother, "Who painted that?" And when we looked up in the sky, it was the bluest sky, the clearest, bluest sky I had ever seen. But in that sky, there was a streak of white clouds that looked as if someone had taken their fingers and just splashed across the sky, just drawn white streaks across the sky. And we hadn't even seen it. But a 2-year-old who had no reason to be doing anything else other than observing the things around her saw the beauty of a sky that we took for granted, a sky that we had begun to see as ordinary. There's nothing ordinary about our lives. There's nothing ordinary about the world around us. We have to be grateful for what we already have and for what we are about to receive, whether we've received it or not, whether we can see it in the distance or not. Because when you stop being grateful for what the future is bringing to you, you stop that future. You truly become ordinary. And ordinary is a trap. Ordinary dooms you to be in a past existence eternally. Dr. Joe Dispenza made the comment that routine lulls the brain to sleep. It's true. Being ordinary keeps you anchored to a past that will not suit your future. I become what I think about. As I think, so I am. So, Why be ordinary? Why not be your future? Why not live a life of gratitude? Because being grateful for what you have and envisioning a future that you want and being grateful for its coming is the key to life. Thank you for listening today, and be sure to press the subscribe button. Be sure to join us again. If there are topics that you'd like us to discuss, things you'd like to hear me talk about, let me know in the comments below. It was great to see you today. Be grateful.